in your hand. What you have thought to be impossible can be achieved. We are slowly breaching the fear barrier. There is no longer fear now. We have seen all the cards that they have to deal. We have seen the extent and the length that they are willing to go just to hold on to power. And we have seen, we have understood that William Ruto is no longer the darling of the West, is no longer the darling of Africa. They were touting him as the incoming African statesman. When he went to Ghana, nobody had time for his bullshit. Nobody even recognized his presence. He was hidden there with the former presidents. Nobody even understood that he was in that country. We have seen that in the last 3 months, William Ruto, there is no single Muzungu who has gone to see him, be it an envoy, be it a visiting dignitary, because there is a red line that Muzungus don't cross, even if you are doing business with them, even if you are giving their country. They cannot condone, they cannot be seen to be associating with things like abductions and forced disappearances, arresting of political dissidents. These are serious crimes within the Western establishment, so they cannot be seen to be propping, in as much as they might be supporting you clandestinely. They cannot be seen with you publicly. So we have understood that he has lost grace within the eyes of the people that he once loved, that he once adored, who are the Muzungu. So knowing that, we can see that his stature is weakening by the day. So every intervention, every measure that you embark on will have a very significant impact. So every other time you've been foisting, you've been venerating characters who have been driving you from your purpose, from your goal. And your goal right now should be nothing short of this government going down. That is your only goal. That is your only objective. I come here today because Monday, 6th of January, was a success beyond our wildest imaginations and dreams. Monday 6th, you adhered to the law. You adhered to the directive that I gave over here, that there will be no work, there will be a holiday on Monday 6th January. What they are not telling us, what they are not quantifying, is the losses that the government incurred because of that. Because if they told you, then you'd realize the power has always been in your hand. You'd realize that economic boycotts hurt governments, sometimes even more than mass action. Sometimes even more than hitting the streets, protest, because they have blocked us from protesting. They have blocked us. They have sent police. They have sent goons. They have sent people to come and abduct us, all because you appeared in the streets. They hurl tear gas, sometimes even expired. They lob tear gas canisters. They do all sorts of nonsense. But that's because they have opted that way, because we could have been going to protest a few people, then we go back home. Because they have opted to go through that process. Now, even us, we have to embark on our own scorched earth policy. We have to embark on our own civic disobedience measures. We have to embark on our own revenge, retaliation to bad governance. We cannot be fueling, we cannot be funding this government that is continuing to treat us with contempt. You saw Kemani Shongwa at the funeral last week. You had Amason Kingi. You had this other idiot, Waluke. All of them defending abductions. Can we continue in this state of affairs, that they are not only stealing our money, they are vomiting on our shoes, insulting our intelligence themselves, and we are supposed to clap for them? We are supposed to operate as if this is business as usual? No! We have to change tack, because I told you stupidity is repeating the same thing, expecting different results. So now we move with a different strategy, with a different approach. We have seen their limitations. We have seen what hurts them. And anytime you fuck with their money, people will tend to listen. People will tend to do as you want. So in recognition of the successful Monday 6, people declared a holiday. In recognition that the sovereign power belongs to the people according to Article 1 of the Constitution. You have always had the power in your hands. You have always been the person who can drive change. It's not me. It's not Morara Kebaso. It's not Okia Omtata. It's not Boniface Mwangi. It's not all those charlatans It's not all those opportunities, opportunists. It's not all those clowns. It's not all those jackasses. We have seen that anytime we want to mobilize, they will always appear to hijack the cause, to hijack the attention, to hijack to hemorrhage attention and resources from the actual victims, from the cause. So if street protests are being hammered both by state and non-state actors, if street protests are being undermined by both state and non-state actors, then will it continue being a viable way of bringing down this government? No. Let's explore other complementary strategies that can go parallel to intended mass action or protest, street protests. So all ideas are welcome. I had challenged the techies to target the government, whatever, portals. Instead of hitting on those who are attempting, why don't you, who think you have the skills, why don't you, who think you have the knowledge and the know-how, why don't you step up to the plate? Why don't you then say, no, this is not how it's done, this is me. Let me show you how it's done. Instead of throwing shade at somebody else, don't be like the 844. 844 has always taught people that instead of our uniqueness, you always have to copy somebody. That's why all of you, when you open a business, you open a butchery over here, you have 5 other butcheries the next opening with you. Because you lack the creativity. You are taught that for you to gain, somebody else must lose. It doesn't have to be that way. If somebody was attempting to bring down the DCI website, you don't have to throw shade at his strategy. He's trying. He's in the field. He's not sleeping. He's not just staying there watching news helpless. He's being proactive. Now, can you be proactive yourselves instead of throwing shade? All of you techies, all of throwing shade on my thread. Why can't you show us? Since that guy does not know how to hack, why can't you show us? I'm challenging you. Why can't you show us? Why can't you teach us how it's done? If I knew me, I would do it myself. I wouldn't be like you guys there. You are living large. You are living good. You had a good birthday, road trips, while your people are being abducted, and you have some skills that can be harnessed, that can bring positive change, and you are throwing shade? Come on, techies. Give us a fucking break. You don't throw shade at somebody who is trying. Don't throw shade at somebody who is on the ground doing something, and you have not even volunteered to do anything. Okay? Thank you very much, Wangeshi Kenya. Thank you for, I've seen your tweet. Naendelea kufinya. Lazima nifinye hao watu. Lazima ni injection. Huh? So, it is incumbent upon every Kenyan to exploit any avenue that you can participate to undermine the government that is continuing to oppress us. We are living in a state of oppression. Every day I'm finding DCI or NIS people just trying to hack my phone, trying to know my whereabouts so that they can arrest me, so that they can go and dump me in some forest. Do some social experiment like what they've done with Kibet. Kibet is tweeting. We cannot even tell whether it's a real Kibet or not. We don't know because we are telling him, Kibet Bull, can you give us a video to show that you are the one who is tweeting? There's nothing of the sort. The same thing we've been telling Maverick Aoko. Can you give us a video? No. So this account could be in the hands of somebody else. So that's what you want. They want you to do. They want to do to me. That's why they are tracking me. So we have to change tact. We have to move differently. We have to now adopt a different strategy. We have now understood who are our enemies. Our enemies are outside and within, even within the movement. There are people who are just taking us into the wilderness. They are not offering leadership. They are not offering solutions.